Island Spec is a new series of videos we're bringing to YouTube where we highlight and do walkarounds and go wheeling with some of the most badass rigs on Vancouver Island. So what does Island Spec mean to you?
From Victoria, BC, Canada, and this is my lovely lady Nancy. She's a good old Toyota, just like anything you would ever want, really. Except I try to take as much care of it as possible. But she eats differentials for breakfast. I've been through 7 or 8 now. I've been through 1 cab and only 1 axle, which is nice, but yeah, that's a little bit about it. I would say my love for nature, really, as cheesy as that sounds, but growing up in Victoria, I mean, it's not a huge city, but it's a city nonetheless, and when I first went out wheeling with my buddies who were just getting into it as well, at the time I was building a streetcar, and I was like, wow, what the heck am I doing? Like, this is way more fun. Like rolling around in the bush, going to cool lakes, just going wherever the heck you want. And you know, we never did anything illegal, but there's no rules when you're out in the bush. You have to not care about your truck getting all scratched up from branches, because there's a lot of forest and bush and sharp, jagged, mossy rocks. So you see people with big monster trucks in the desert and climbing around big sand dunes. I think Island Spec means to me a short, skinny Toyota that can drive through little trees, and something that you don't care about getting all scratched up. So when I first got this truck, it's an '89 Toyota pickup. So it was the first or second year of the 3-liter engine. And I had it, and I had a bunch of problems with it, and I wasn't really happy with it because I was always breaking down. So I decided to start fresh and put a 3.4 liter in it from a 98 Tacoma. And ever since I've done that, I've been very happy. Like, I literally I don't think I've had 1 problem with this. I solid axle swapped it and really have gone through pretty much everything 4 or 5 times, because unfortunately, with big tires comes big responsibilities, and that means being responsible of changing out differentials or axles. So originally, when I had it put together, I had stock axles, and I did have an air locker, but anyways, the axles were the first to go. They blew up, and that turned out to be a fun day, because we ended up building a fire and staying out till 2 a.m. pulling axles out just to get home. But now it's got long fields, and I believe the front's ARB, but I can't remember because I've swapped them out so many times. I think it's a Yukon locker, but regardless, air locker, front and rear, and long field axles. And I drilled out the hubs too to fit the 7/8 studs, so that I don't fuck up my hubs all the time too. And ever since then, everything's been okay. The only thing I really have left to do is put some knuckle gussets on, and I'll be very happy, but had no problem since then. It's got 488s right now. 488s and no dual transfer cases, but that's next in line for Nancy. That's really the only thing I really want to do on it. Yeah, I got this trail gear bumper, which I modified by, basically the bumper ended here, and I wanted some hoops that went around to stop smashing fenders all the time. Not that it's a big deal, but I got sick of changing those out too, especially with the snorkel installed. It's really annoying changing out fenders with snorkels. So anyways, I welded up these, bent up these hoops, and then they're just bolted into the sliders here, so that if I do need to take a fender off or the bumper or whatever, you just unbolt it from the sliders and you can take the whole front end off basically. Right now I got 37 Cooper STT Pros, and they're pretty much brand new, plus or minus a burnout. Before I had the Wrangler MTRs, also 37's, and I was also very happy with those tires. There's a big debate right now about the tires, MTRs versus STT Pros, but I know that these are a little bit cheaper and more available right now, especially with tire shortages. But I'm very happy with these so far. But what I can say is the MTRs I had on here before never popped a bead. I had them super low, air down all the time, never popped a bead once, never got a flat, and wheeled the piss out of them for like 2 years, and daily drove the truck, and the tread lasted for a long time. So can't say much about the STT Pros other than I like them so far and that they're awesome, but I can say that MTRs are a good tire too. In the rear, pretty much same thing. Got the air-locking 488s back in the rear. Haven't really had to mess around with that much other than changing some leaf springs out. I think before I had 63 Chevy springs on blocks, which I really didn't like because I like the springs, but I didn't like being on blocks because you get a lot of axle wrap and stuff. So I put these Trail Gear 3-inch lift springs in, and they've been really good to me. I haven't had any problems with them, and they're quite worn in now, so I get pretty flexy. And the shock hoops I had to modify a bunch of times too, because I don't know why, but they kept breaking on me. Anyways, that's about that. And the logger's box and the frame is actually the only two original things about this entire truck. So since I bought it, like when I bought it, it came with this and the frame and the cab at the time, which was completely rusted out. And then I rolled over it behind Souk and squashed the cab, so I got this one, put it on and painted it. Now this is Nancy. A couple of notable things about the interior. One is this, functioning cup holders. Really awesome. Other than your stereo constantly getting covered in coffee or whatever liquids you like to drink, it's there, and I know a lot of people don't have that, so I'm pretty impressed with that. What else? These seats, best seats I have ever had. I got these out of a Subaru Legacy, and they, like, the old stock seats I had, my back would, like, it did not like that. And I'm a shorter guy, so I found I was like trying to look over the hood all the time. It was really pissing me off, and my back was getting sore. Anyways, these came up and I got them, and basically the two front holes even line up. Like, you just gotta drill through the floor in the rear, and your seats are in. And they're like sort of a bucket seat, so they really hold you in. I could do a full day of wheeling in this thing and my back's fine, so that's super great. And also I'm short, so they are a little bit higher too. And if you want to be really crazy, that one's electric too, so it slides back and forth. It's electric. Pretty high-tech stuff. But other than that, got a sweet little sound system put in here. Got my little 10-inch sub. Keeps the tunes rocking while we're wheeling around. If the old lady starts talking smack, you can eject her out if you like, or if the guy in front of you is going a little slow, you can take him out too. No problem. Nancy has those capabilities.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this Island Spec series. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, do all that, smash that like button, and we'll see you guys next time.